The 207 was intended as a system truck that I could build everything onto. A big tractor that the competition didn't have. The original tractor was designed for traction, to pull. Then the system tractor came along and a whole system was built around it. At that time we cast our net very wide.
I had certain ideas about what a modern tractor should look like, no longer a disconnected horse substitute, but an integral component of the agricultural machine.
Customers said, why should a combine harvester sit in the barn for 11 months? A lot of capital was invested in it. This system would be used for many months of the year. The designer's idea was that the tractor should be used throughout the year, I mean the basic machine, and the combine harvester for just 6 weeks. The Huckepack was a mobile platform. You could build special equipment onto it, and you could build a combine harvester into the Claas Huckepack. That was the direction we were going in at the time. There's a continuous line of thought from then to the Xerion. We abandoned the Huckepack in 1960 because its time hadn't come.
We were the harvesting specialist.
The tractor is now the #1 agricultural machine.
There were a lot of tractor manufacturers that only produced tractors. There were also a lot of specialists that only produced agricultural machinery. There was still space above the biggest standard tractors.
The idea came into the tractor sector with the HSG track vehicle. In 1978, we established a team of 2 or 3 people and myself. We were all designers.
We wanted it to be comfortable, so we made the whole cabin rotate. A combination that had the comfort of a self-propelled machine, infinitely variable drive like self-propelled machines.
For equal-sized drive wheels which could even transfer power above 200 horsepower to the ground. Front wheel steering, rear wheel steering, all-wheel steering, crab steering.
And of course this was groundbreaking stuff, completely different from the standard tractor at the time.
We ran the first machine in the autumn of 1979. And then just before Christmas we got news from the USA that the transmission we had installed would no longer be manufactured. This meant that volume production was a long way off. Between 80 and 86 we tried everything we could think of, and we didn't fit the new transmission until 1989.
Konzepte gemacht, so und so sieht das neue Getriebe aus, und haben dann 89 das Getriebe zusammen montiert.
Mr. Claas was very interested in this technology, and he said we could only carry on if we could prove that we could achieve high efficiency, as good as the tractors. And I rang him from the test rig. He was still in his office, and I said, "Mr. Claas, we've done it." After just a few days he gave us the green light, and we were able to carry on our development work. In 1995 we built 5 vehicles for selected customers. That was the initial orientation and discovery phase. Then came the re-engineering phase, targeted reworking to suit the market conditions.
We started in 2003 with a small, very limited number of machines.
Volume production proper started in 2004.
Nowadays, we don't talk about an implement carrier, but about a tractor, and we expect it to be able to cope with all kinds of agricultural work. We're still pursuing the carrier system idea, for example in slurry applications, and have therefore carried the old original carrier theme forwards into the current series. We can build large structures onto the vehicle, turning the vehicle into a self-propelled machine.
einen Selbstfahrer zu machen zum Beispiel.
In the meantime, standard tractors have also moved in this direction, particularly since the Xerion has been on the market. But they're still a long way off providing the comfort and versatility of the Xerion.
The machine has really blossomed. It's become a very powerful tractor and with many options for conversion or extension. An impressive machine at any event. And it's in the absolute premium segment with 500 horsepower. That's really something special.
Our vehicle concept has put us in a very strong position. In Germany, the over 400 horsepower class is growing all the time, so we'll be very well placed to service this market in the future.
Until 1995-96, nobody believed in the project. A quarter of a century, from 1978 to 2002, 25 years. If we hadn't had a Helmut Claas as our boss, the Xerion would never have existed.
In a family business where I was in the majority, the decision-making process was very simple. I was not slow on the uptake like an old-school blinkered tractor manufacturer. Previously, the tractor was only responsible for pulling and supplying power. Actually, in my view, it was inevitable that the tractor would develop in the way it has.